Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great today. We have some time left for our trip, but we want to make sure that you are prepared and ready for this upcoming journey, inshallah, for our Umrah tour in January. So, before we get started, I just want to cover a few things that we will be going over. We will be introducing the group leader, we will be going over the flight, Saudi schedule, apps and permits, and we will talk about Zamzam, inshallah. So without any further ado, I will be the one who will be leading this group. My name is Harun Hassan, and I've been doing this group leading and doing the khidmat for the Hujjaj, taking care of the Hujjaj for about 15 years. And I'm looking forward to taking care of every person who is on this trip, inshallah. And then I want to also talk about our schedule starting from New York. We will be meeting at JFK Terminal 1 at the Saudi airline counter before we leave Saudi. Our flight will be JFK Jeddah, and then we will be, inshallah, taking a bus to Medina. Uh, and our return flight will be from Jeddah to Riyadh, and then Riyadh to JFK, inshallah. So we depart on the 21st of January. We will land in Jeddah on the 22nd. We take a bus to Medina, inshallah. It will be a few hours. We will get to Medina. Once we get there, we will go ahead and we will check into the hotel. And then we like to do a walking tour on the first day, so you know how to get to Haram, how to come back. We are very close to the Haram, but we still want to make sure you know where to enter in to go for Riyadh al-Jannah, where to go in for the ladies where they pray, for the men where they pray. And of course, we want to make sure the group also knows each other, because Medina is one of those locations where it's not easy to go with the family. You want all the ladies usually end up going together and all the men end up going together. And then inshallah on the 23rd we have an open day. On the 24th we will be inshallah doing our historical tours in Medina. And the morning of the 25th we will be leaving to Makkah, inshallah, and then we will be performing our Umrah the same day in the evening. 26th, after Umrah you will need a little bit of rest. So on the 26th is a rest day. 27th you have your Jummah prayer. And on the 28th inshallah, we will be checking out after Zohar and doing our historical tours and heading to the airport. So we have an evening flight that will be connecting to Riyadh, inshallah. And then from Riyadh, we will have our flight to JFK. And our schedule is set up in a way so you can utilize all the days and still make it back to New York on the 29th, inshallah, which is a Sunday. In Medina, we will be staying in Aqiq Hotel. It's less than a minute walk to Haram, and in Mecca, we're staying in Fairmount Clock Tower. It's also about a minute to get to Haram as well from there, inshallah. So I would like to hand it over to Sister Rahima so she can talk a little bit about the Nuzuk app.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, everyone. So the Nusuk app is an application which the Saudi government put out for applying for a permit or an appointment for two things. The first one being Umrah. So when you want to perform Umrah, you take out a permit for that timing, and that's the timing that you go in. That's a slot that you go in to perform your Umrah in Mecca, and then also in Medina. If you wanted to go pray in the Roda, you would need a permit for that as well, and that is also something which you need to apply for through the Nusuk app. So usually at this point in the seminar, I kind of walk you guys through that process, but unfortunately it seems that there is a bug in the Nusuk app currently. They've been, I think, updating it 3 times within the last week, right? So there's a bug that's not allowing us to make new accounts. So currently you guys might come across this internal error saying that your visa number has already been used, something like that. That doesn't mean that your visa number has been used. It's a bug in the app. And we're just kind of waiting for them to update that and fix it, inshallah, so that you guys can get set up with your accounts. That being said, I will be posting the detailed instructions. I have a PDF format, and then I also have an actual video tutorial walking you through every step of how to make an account. So once the bug is fixed, inshallah, you're able to go in. You already have your visa numbers. You'd need your visa number, your passport number, some personal information, and then a unique phone number and unique email address for each family member. So if there's 4 people in the family going, each one needs to use their own phone number and their own email address, because a verification code does come on your email. So you need separate email accounts. And it doesn't allow one phone number to use for more than one account. So once it's back up and running, inshallah, that's the first step you have to take, so that you can take out a permit to go pray in the Roda in Medina and to make Umrah in Mecca. That being said, the last time our groups went, alhamdulillah, they were not checking the Umrah permits very strictly, so that was great. They're a lot more strict in Medina with the Roda permits. So if Roda is something that you want to do, that is something you need to apply for. Another really important note about the Nusuk app is that the appointments are in 24-hour format. So if it's an AM slot, you'll get, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you'll see the number. And then when you get into the PM slots, instead of 1 p.m., 2 p.m., you're going to see 1300, 1400, and onward, right? So just keeping that in mind, that when you make an appointment, make sure you're paying attention to whether it's an AM or a PM slot, and then arriving to your appointment early, because in Medina, because there tends to be a little bit of a wait time before you're actually able to get up with your permit and have it scanned for you to get into the masjid. And so just a reminder, this is only for praying in the Roda. If you want to pray anywhere else in the masjid, you're able to enter without a permit. This is specifically, again, to visit the Roda. As well as men, they do not need a permit to go for salam. So the only thing in Medina you need a permit for both men and women is to pray in the Roda. The men can go give salam without a permit. Women are just not allowed to go to the salam gate altogether. And other to that, the entire masjid is open, the entire courtyard is open without any permit. Same thing in Mecca. You can go for prayers, you can enter the masjid without a permit. You can make tawaf on the first and second floors without a permit, but you do need a permit to go to the main ground floor to do Umrah. So those are the 2 things that you need permits for. And inshallah, as we're able to figure out what's going on with the app and whatever glitches they're having are fixed, you guys can go ahead and make your accounts and take out the permits. We've also put up the timings that are, we recommend you take the permits out for, right? So the group Umrah, like brother mentioned, is going to be the night you guys get to Mecca, so the 25th. And then also you have a rest day in Medina on the 23rd, and then a day on the 24th as well, if you'd like to make an appointment for the Roda. That being said, it is extremely, extremely, extremely important that you make the permit for such a time that you know you'll be able to make, because unfortunately, if you miss your appointment, you're not able to get another appointment for the next 30 days. So you want to make sure that that appointment is a timing that you can actually make, right? And if you feel that you're going to miss it, you can try to see if there's another appointment available for a better timing. It's possible there will be some open. It's possible it won't be. If there isn't anything open, the best thing to do is to go to that appointment. If there's something open, you can always switch it around. That being said, that's only for in Medina. It's a little bit harder. In Mecca, your umrahs are very easy in the sense that after you finished one umrah and the permit is finished for the first umrah, you can actually take out a permit for a second one or a third one if you wanted to do multiple umrahs. So inshallah, we hope that this bug gets fixed soon, and we'll keep you guys updated. I know that Brother Harun had something else he wanted to mention in regards to that.
Other than that, just typical timings that are available for the Roda permits. They usually have women permits that are available after Isha till midnight. Just so you know, before you even book the permits, what times you should be expecting. And for the men, they're usually after midnight, all the way till Fajr. And then they have some permits available after Zohar till Isha. For the men, a lot of men ask, what if we want to stay longer? If you take a permit right before Fajr time, approximately around 4:30, you usually end up making Fajr within Riyaz al-Jannah. It's not necessary that you will be able to make it, but it does happen occasionally where many people have been able to pray Fajr in Riyaz al-Jannah and come out. Just be prepared for the trip, inshallah. As soon as this glitch is sorted out, we will be posting it in the group. And of course, if you continue to try and something works out for you, keep us posted as well too, inshallah. Sometimes these glitches, they come and they go as well too. It may work for some people, it may not work for some people. I see some hands up. Just give us a couple of minutes. We're almost done, inshallah, and then we will open it up for the Q&A session. And then one more thing I wanted to mention: if you have gone for Umrah after the pandemic, you may have used Etamarna. That Etamarna login information is valid for Nuzuk. So if you had a visa before, meaning if you traveled after the pandemic, they were requiring all these apps, and you have had a account with the Tamanna, you can go ahead and log into that account, and you can use that information to take out your new permits. That shouldn't be a problem. I know quite a few people. They have been to Saudi after the pandemic as well too, inshallah. So just keep that in mind, that you can go ahead and access those accounts. You don't need the new visa for that. You can just use your old account in order to book a time slot, inshallah. So without any further ado, I do want to open it up for the Q&A session, inshallah. So if anyone has any questions, please, I see Adnan Khalid, if you can unmute yourself, brother.
Yes, assalamu alaikum, brother. Thank you.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Thank you both for all the information. I had a question. So for making the appointments for, Rauda and for Umrah, do we do that as soon as possible, like when we're logged into the app, or do we do it like when we get closer to those dates?
No, we would like you to actually make it as soon as possible. Permit time slots, they do fill out, and since they're open, we were looking at the permits. A few people messaged us today, and we were taking a look at it too. So because of the glitch, or else we were actually planning to kind of like completely pause the meeting for a few minutes and make sure everyone has their permits. So as soon as your account is activated, we would actually like you to make those permits as soon as possible.
Okay, and they will align the times and dates and everything align with whatever you guys have recommended.
We also, yes, we also shared a document with all the recommended times. Those are the times which will be best that you take them out in, because those, especially like the first day when we arrive there, we don't recommend taking out a permit because you're already tired from travel. We want you to rest that day. But the following day and all the other recommendations we have in there, please follow that routine so you can have a smooth trip, inshallah.
And one final question. Thank you for that. So will we be traveling to the cave of Hira and during when we go into Medina, or like any of the travels? Is that part of the
the historical tours, we don't climb any mountains during the historical tours. But if you would like some guidance after we reach Makkah, inshallah, I can definitely guide you what's the best timing and how to get to Ghar Hira. But this is a very short trip. We only have 3 nights in Makkah. So the first day you get there, you're going to be doing your Umrah. Umrah is not it's not that tough, but still, you require a lot of rest afterwards. So the following day you will most probably be resting, and then the following day after that is Jummah. But if you feel like you have the energy to go ahead and climb, inshallah, please just come and approach me and I'll guide you for that.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
You're welcome. If anyone else has a question, I see there's another question from Munia Akhtar.
Yes.
If you would like to.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
My question is about the permit. We get to do the permit after the app is being restored again?
Yes. So once the account is activated, you will be able to do the permits right away, inshallah. It doesn't take more than 30 seconds to do the permits. It's very simple. You just click on the Roda, you choose a time slot which works with you, and you go ahead and book the time slot. We will be sharing a video and some more material on that within the chat, so you can have access to those documents, and it's easier for you when you're trying to actually take out the permits.
Perfect. Thank you. Assalamu
You're
alaikum.
welcome. Wa alaikum assalam. All right, brother Bilal Hussain, if you would like to unmute yourself, inshallah.
Oh, assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Wa alaikum assalam.
I wanted to ask, so when we're in the Haram, right, when we have the belt, do you need does it have to have, are there any restrictions for that? Because my father was saying something about it can't have metal or something like that. Just want to confirm.
So for the belt, there is no restrictions. So for the ihram itself is 2 pieces of cloth, and this is for men. I'm talking strictly only for men. It's just two pieces of cloth that you can use, and it has to be unstitched. Other than that, you know, you want to wear a watch, you want to wear a belt on top of the ihram, there are no restrictions for that.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You can bring a purse. Yeah.
All right, inshallah. If anyone else has any questions, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself, inshallah, and then we can answer those questions.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother, first time for me going over there. I'll be traveling with my wife who went over there already. My question is, everything we're doing, do I have to do it with her? Or when we arrive there, we got to do it separately?
So there are group activities which you are more than welcome to join. So when you go for the prayers, you do go on your own. When you go for the salam, or when you go for Riyazul Jannah, the Roda, you go on your own. But other than that, we do have some group activities like the historical tours, or anytime we're moving from one location to another location, you will be joining the group for that. And then, of course, you know, if you don't want to join for any of the group activities, you're more than welcome to do so as well. But there's the only required group activity you need to join for is like when we're moving from the airport to the hotel, from the Medina hotel to the Makkah hotel, from the Makkah hotel back to the airport. Other than that, if you decide to do Umrah on your own, you're more than welcome to do so. We will have a Umrah with the group as well. So there are some activities which you can join us for, and there are some activities you have to join us for. So it's mostly for the transport.
Okay, another question is, I don't receive my visa yet. How long you guys going to send it?
The visas, I believe your visa is already done. Inshallah, we will send it over to you today. After the meeting is done, one of my team members will send it to you, inshallah.
Shukran, thank you.
No problem, brother. So inshallah, there will be a recording available for the meeting. Okay, I see two more questions. Salia Daud, if you would like to unmute yourself, inshallah. I see a couple of hands up. If you want to just unmute yourself to ask the question, inshallah.
Oh, this is Bilal here. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. I just wanted to ask. So in terms of like currency, are we just going to be exchanging that at the airport? And I guess how much do you recommend to carry?
So I would definitely say, because breakfast is covered, and most people, they end up skipping lunch. I would say about like $100, $150 should be more than enough for the food, and whatever on top of that you want to carry for shopping. So usually dates, they're about $50 to $100. I also recommend carrying a credit card. Most stores do take credit cards in Saudi these days, so that would definitely be something that comes in handy. But definitely carry $200-300, some money for emergencies as well.
Okay, and so will we have like a chance to do that at like exchange it out at the airport or someplace close by?
Inshallah,
local currency?
there are money exchanges near the hotel, and we'll see the situation at the airport. If there's enough time, we can also do it at the airport.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Right. Hira Khalid, see your hand up if you want to unmute yourself.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. I have a quick question. I heard you saying that the breakfast is included. Would the other meals also be covered, or is that something that we would have to do ourselves?
You will have to do those yourself. So the only meal that's covered throughout the trip is breakfast.
Okay. Do you have any other question? Okay, Jazakallah. Thank you.
Wa iyyakum. Right. I see Salia Dawood. If you want to unmute yourself to ask your question, I see your hand up.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, brother Harun.
Wa alaikum assalam.
So first time as well with my wife, I was wondering about the ihram. Are you going to provide for the men?
We will not be providing for the ihram any of the Medina first groups. I will guide you, inshallah, when we're in Medina.
Okay.
Where to get the ihram from. They're widely available over there. I don't recommend anyone buying the ihram from the US. They're about $40 to $50 for a good quality ihram. Over there, they will cost you about 35 to 40 reals for a decent quality ihram, which is about $10 to $15. But it's you can pick up something of your liking over there, and they're much cheaper over there than they are over here.
Thanks. Quick one as well. So I'm the one that so I have a visa already, and it will expire on the 18th. So I think we will need to apply after or on the 18th or after, right? The
We have a
question,
few people who have their visas which are still valid. We are going to apply for the new visas, but you should be good to go for the Nuzuk app on your old passport.
thanks. And the
Yep.
visa number, right?
The visa number. If you have activated your old app on that visa, you should be able to use it to take out the permits.
Okay. So if I get the new one, do I need to update it? Will that be an
No,
issue? Okay.
that's not an issue. I'm using the same account that I had since 2021. So we're in 2023 now. So it's about 2 years that I've been using the same account. And alhamdulillah, I haven't had any issues. I've been taking out permits on the same account. So if you have the old account activated, I would say take out permits on the old account.
So no, I do not have an account, right? I got the visa last year, but I never used it.
Mhm.
So I never set up the account. So can I
I
use?
would say attempt to set it up, inshallah.
Okay.
If not, there is definitely a glitch going on, so the same problem will still be there. As soon as we see the system is cleared up, everything is working well, we will post in the group, inshallah. We're hoping for another update to come from Nuzuk possibly tonight or tomorrow. And then these issues are resolved, and you're able to go ahead and activate your accounts, inshallah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Brother Harun, this is Adnan again. I had another question regarding vaccination requirements or anything like that. Do we have to carry anything or show any proof or anything like that?
So the vaccines are not required anymore, but I would highly suggest if you have the CDC card, just keep it with you. You never know where that comes handy. So there nobody is checking for the vaccine cards, but it's always a good idea to carry it with you.
Is it fine to carry a picture of it, or?
A picture should be fine too. Just some record, just in case you may need it, because rules change so fast in Saudi. It's really surprising. You wake up the next morning and there's a new rule. So if you have the vaccine done, I would highly recommend either carry the actual physical card with you or just carry a picture with you on the phone.
Got it. And back to the ihram quickly. So are we going to be changing like before we head over to Makkah, like in Medina, or how does that work?
We will be posting, inshallah, detailed instructions throughout the trip, but we do require everyone to wear a ihram before they get on the bus to go to Makkah. So we have a 20-minute ride to Miqat where we stop, we pray 2 rakats, we make the intention, and then from there we head straight to Makkah. We make one stop on the way for prayer and food, and then it's to Makkah.
All right. One final question for the abaya for women. They have options, I can imagine, also in Medina for that, for purchase.
Definitely, but for the women, the restrictions are a little bit different. So the only restriction they have is they cannot cover their face and their hands. Other than that, they can wear anything for their shoes. They can wear anything for their clothing. For the men, it's a little bit more complicated, but definitely any abayas or anything like that that need to be purchased, they will be available in Medina, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Hira Khalid, I see your hand up if you want to ask your question. Zainab Hussain.
Yes, assalamu alaikum. It's here
Wa
again.
alaikum
Just a really quick, as far as like for the bags that we can carry or bring with us, is there a weight requirement or an amount that we can or can't take with us?
So everyone is allowed 2 luggages and 1 hand carry. The luggages can be up to 23 kilograms or 50 pounds. And the hand carry, I believe it's about 20 pounds, I think. 7 kg, 20 pounds approximately.
Okay.
So I would definitely say carry light while going so you have some space on the way back to bring some stuff back, inshallah.
Okay, and then when we're on site or wherever we go, would you recommend us to carry our passport or have a bag, or can we carry a bag as we're moving around in different locations?
We will be giving you a Ainul Haramain bag and a little pouch. So the pouch is really good for documents, for cell phone, anything that you want to put in there, something small. And then the backpack is perfect for haram, and when you go on all these historical tours or any of the activities. So any small items you want to keep, some water bottles, some snacks maybe. I would say like carry one small plastic bag so you can put in your shoes and throw it in the bag. It comes in handy, especially in haram. A lot of people, they end up losing their slippers or their shoes because it's really hard to find it. But we will be giving you those at the airport, inshallah, before the flight.
Okay, perfect. And then I think you said you were going to be talking about Zamzam and what the rules or regulations are for us to bring it back. So whenever you're going to talk about that, if you can just mention a little bit.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem, inshallah. So for the Zamzam, inshallah, they do have a lot more restrictions from Jeddah Airport. If something changes, we will be providing them at Jeddah Airport, so you can check them in. But as of right now, the game plan is to actually provide them in Riyadh Airport. You will have to have some space in your luggage to add that Zamzam bottle, because at Riyadh, they don't let you check it in as a separate piece.
Okay, Jazakallah.
And it's going to be approximately a quarter of your luggage weight, so it's about 5 kg. So just make sure you have enough space in your luggage to add those Zamzams, inshallah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I see Zainab Hussain, if you want to ask your question, inshallah. I see your hand up.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. I just had a question about like wheelchair accessibility. So my mom, like, she had knee surgery like a couple years ago. So like after walking long distances, it's possible that she might like need a wheelchair. So like let's say she's walking, like she's doing her Umrah like walking. Is it possible like halfway she can get a wheelchair? Like, is it hard to get?
So that's a really good question. So during tawaf, midway tawaf, you will not be able to get a wheelchair. But once your mom is done with tawaf and you go to sa'i, they have options over there. They have authorized people in the haram, who can do rest of the sa'i for her on the wheelchair. That's one option. Another option you have is, as soon as you step out of the hotel, there are authorized haram workers that can go ahead and push the wheelchair. Same ones inside, they're just standing outside. You can pay them. They usually charge around 250 to 300 reals, approximately $70. And they will go ahead and do the entire Umrah on the wheelchair and bring her back to the hotel, which will be the best possible option. But if she can go ahead and walk and do her tawaf, she can definitely take the other option and just do a sa'i on wheelchair if needed.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Do we have any more questions before we end the meeting? Yes, brother Dawood.
Yes, quick one, Brother Harun. So, would you be providing some essential list for us to pack?
So, we were doing that before, but there's very few things that you need to worry about. It's just like you're going on any other trip. You want to carry enough clothes to wear during the trip, and then you want to make sure you're keeping your medication or any personal products that you may need over there. Other than that, there isn't really anything different. Like the ihram, you get it from there. But just make sure you have comfortable shoes if you're planning to wear shoes throughout the trip. If you're planning to wear slippers throughout the trip, just make sure you have slippers. And Medina does tend to be a little chilly during morning hours, so I would suggest to keep a light jacket with you. And we can, of course, get this information posted in the group as well, so everyone is a little bit more prepared for the trip, inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Humaira Zaki, if you want to unmute yourself for the question.
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
For the Nusuk app, can I register everyone on my phone with their own personal number and email? Because my son is in Kenya right now and he won't be back until 5 days before, and I want to be able to try to get him an appointment.
So you can register everyone, but you will still need a separate number, a separate email for everyone.
Okay, so I can just put his email and his phone number.
So you can register one account, log out, register the second one, log out, register the third one, log out. But you will need access to the email in order to get into the app. So as soon as those issues are resolved in the back end with Nuzuk, we will go ahead and update the group on that, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah.
Wa iyyakum. Wa iyyakum. So Jazakallah khair everyone for joining. Inshallah, I'm looking forward to seeing everyone at the airport so we can start our journey for Umrah. And everyone take care, inshallah. See you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
Wa
alaikum.
alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum.